You're going to be wondering, how did this happen? But so Jimmy, I know he's playing the game. Do I think the Heat would trade him? No, not currently. Not. I know the Heat, they like to win. You have Tyler Hero coming back. You have Bam, who played well in the Olympics. You have Jaime Jaquez. Who else do you really have on that team that of any significance for real? This is what I'm going to have to get used to. This being in my face all the time. The Heat roster. Okay. You have Tyler Hero, Bam, Jovic, he's young, Rozier. I forgot Rozier was on the team. They picked up Khalil Ware. Patty Mills went to the Heat? No, I thought he went to Utah. He went to Utah. I'm looking at it better now. Still has this crazy picture on here. Alec Burks is on the Heat. Didn't realize. Josh Christopher, young guy. Tyler, Jaime, Kevin Love's still there. Oh, I guess Patty Mills is on the Heat. Yeah, he's right there. Josh Richardson, Duncan Robinson's still there. Yeah, Terry Rozier. So I don't think Jimmy would want to necessarily go to the Nets right now because right off the top of my head, Cam Thomas is the only person I can think of that can actually score the ball. I forgot Ben Simmons was there. He didn't play enough. You have Cam Johnson. He probably needs to get traded too, because he should have some value just as a shooter. Trendon Watford. I didn't realize he came over from Portland. Schroeder's over there. You're not getting much for Schroeder. Cam. But are these the guys you really want to play with? Especially when you've been making the playoffs and you know they're going to be the bottom of the East, no matter how good you are. And does Jimmy want to play with Ben Simmons again? I seriously doubt it. So I think Jimmy's just doing this. He'll probably, like any team that shows any interest in him, for trying to force the Miami Heat's hand. But it is Miami, so they can get players if they want. Now, I was listening to, what podcast was it? I think it was Jeff Teague's, and he was mentioning who was he talking to? I think he was talking to Bibby, because they had a recent episode with Mike, and he was talking about how Mike Bibby was talking how the body fat check is real. Now, for somebody like Jimmy, that's fine, but depending on what type of player you want, and especially some of the star players, yeah, they might not necessarily want to do that. Even though it gets you in great shape, but still, Miami Heat players still get hurt from time to time. So, you'll get free agents there, but not as many as you would think. But I don't think, honestly, Jimmy, where is somewhere Jimmy could go? If we really think about the landscape of the NBA right now, he would probably go somewhere where he's a second option, but for $50 million, that makes the money almost impossible with some teams' cap situations. So I see why he would go to the Nets. Nets would pay him just because if you look at their roster, there are no max guys on this roster. Nothing even close to a max guy that's on this roster. But I don't see Jimmy wanting to be in a place that he's going to be losing constantly. So either he's going to take that player option at 36, or he's going to sign for like a James Harden level deal where he signs for $35 a year. James signed for 2 years. I think Jimmy can get a little bit more than that. But at the same time, Jimmy will be 36 next year. So, but the way players are taking care of their bodies, similar to, it's like an NFL quarterback for the top guys anyway. Because if you see how Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron, how they're moving around here, seems like the guys that typically seem to stay in shape, they seem to last a little bit longer. The leaner guys anyway, other than LeBron. LeBron's just an anomaly in itself. But I don't know. I don't think Jimmy would go anywhere. I think he likes being in Miami. I just think it's a Pat Riley thing. And I don't think Pat Riley wants to pay Jimmy for 3 more years. Some of those Heat teams he's had in the past were absolutely god awful, and they still make the playoffs or come right next to the playoff line. So yeah, I don't think if I had to take a bet, Jimmy won't be there by trade deadline next year. Not this. Well, I say next year, next season. So the 2025-2026 season, Jimmy Butler won't be there by February. He'll be gone. He'll probably either go to a contender or he'll go to a actually, let's make it a little bit more hot takey than that. Jimmy Butler won't be with the Heat after this season. Because if he signs that extension, they'll probably either he'll sign the extension or they'll do a sign and trade. So after this season, Jimmy Butler won't play for the Heat anymore. I'm going to go ahead and lock that in.